We're live. Welcome to the show, chat, and say hello to guest MadamSavvy.
Hello.
Am I pronouncing it correctly? Is it Savvy or is it Savvy?
Savvy, whatever you want. Savvy though.
I'm
That's usually
probably
it.
Savage for collective shout.
Uh,
How's the battle with them going? Because you've been.
Oh, it rages. And to be quite honest, I've actually gotten bored with them. But they just can't keep my name out their mouth. But they're trying to hide that, and it's very funny.
Well, this is something that I've been discussing with my chat. If you're into doing PR and you have a group like Collective Shout, right, and you enter the room, it's like, what happened? And they tell you, and you're like, all right, I understand the situation. I understand what happened. You're acting like Spurks. The first advice would be to just tell them to shut the fuck up if they want to go away, right?
That's a great first step. Stop engaging with the individual asking questions. Stop making petty little insults and calling every single person a name that they don't, that is extreme for things that they don't like. So those are two great first steps. They're failing miserably at that.
Well, are they failing, or is this like their business model? Because I saw
Maybe,
them
maybe
being a
model.
little bit of a cheeky little beggar, or like a cheeky little beggar going around the various groups. And it's like, oh, the bad MadamSavvy has contacted our friends and sponsors, and we're not making money. And do you know that we're a charity, and if you give us money, you don't get you don't get taxes, and maybe you should donate to us.
You know what's funny? I
Mm.
actually haven't contacted their sponsors yet.
You,
I'm just letting them continue to dig their own grave.
well, of course, you haven't contacted the sponsors, right? It's what they are saying to their donors. Like they want to.
Yeah, they're calling me their enemy, and anybody who dare question them, their enemy, invoking strong language and saying that if you want to protect our operation, give us money. And I'm just thinking, well, you put your address online, you put your address on the website. What did you like? Nobody doxed you. What needs to be protected? You can still operate just fine.
Yeah, but you're engaging with them as if they're charitable, right? You're engaging with them as if this is not
True, true.
rules for radicals that they're doing, which is antagonizing the internet. And when they get backlash, they pretend to be victims. They never antagonized anybody. And look how bad the internet is. Give me cash.
It's been fascinating. I didn't expect the strong language to come out so early, if I'm being honest. I thought maybe this would be like another week or two. Because like I haven't even dropped some bangers. Like they got other people are obviously doing great work digging through their tweets, but there's some stuff that people haven't seen yet. And it's just fascinating.
Well, I don't think they're going to be relevant for long because the way the internet
Mm-mm.
works, like rarely do you get relevancy for more than 1 month. And unfortunately, there has been a bill. Well, not necessarily unfortunately. The reaction to the bill is the unfortunate event where Donald Trump has came out and said that payment processors will not be well not banks will not be able to debank people anymore, right? For political reasons.
Yeah, so the key to that is the financial institutions. A lot of people are arguing that this actually doesn't cover payment processors, but it absolutely does. And then it also tackles the important vague language of risk to brand assessment. This is by no means a win right now. We still need to call Visa and MasterCard every single day, file our ethics complaints and things like that, keep the motivation up with the people. But this is a great first step. And it's something that we can now use when filing new ethic complaints or calling in. We say, hey, this executive order covers you guys. Why can't I have my legal content? Why are you blocking legal purchases?
Yeah, my video was basically saying that until Steam changes its DOS is not a win.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like
Yep. So,
the moment Steam takes down that bullshit, or at least
mhm.
elaborates, or someone from Visa and Mastercard comes up and says something, there's no reason to call it a win because nothing changed in my opinion. From
Yeah,
my
if
pattern,
anything, well,
go.
the other important thing too is the executive order gives them 180 days, I believe it was, 180 days since the day of being signed to comply with this. So essentially, we have to keep the pressure up for 180 days because they will, like with every single legal person or business or whatever, they will wait until the last minute to comply.
Well, from my experience with American bills, usually America is not like the European Union. The European Union give
Mhm.
their bills names like C-134 bill. You know, Canada,
Mhm,
I think,
mhm.
does the same. America gives them kindergarten names. It's like
Yes.
the Kids Online Safety Act, you know? And when you notice, it's that the bill does literally the opposite of what it claims. So if you have the infrastructure bill, you expect bridges to collapse, you expect planes to fall out of the sky.
Mhm,
If you have the Patriot Act, you expect George Washington to reach for his musket to end his presidency sooner.
mhm.
Like literally the opposite of what that bill says. It's like the UK did it the same, like with the Online Safety Act. Like your kids are literally now in danger when they're on the internet because they can say a gamer word or they can, you know, say something racist, and then they have the cops at their door to arrest them. So
Oh, they
like,
can try to go to a hamster care website. That got banned for some reason.
really?
Yeah, all these goofy things got banned under the act, and that hamster care website was told that it needed to have age verification. Why?
Well, have you seen the balls on the size of hamsters? Like, what if a kid sees it? And
Mm, that's true. Biology is offensive and obscene for children.
well, this actually takes me to another news. There was a statue of the Little Mermaid in Denmark, I believe, and she had
Mhm.
like some of the nicest fat tits imaginable, but she was made of stone. And apparently, they consider that to be pornographic, and they're like removing the statue, which was there for 2 decades.
Yeah, it's that was embarrassing. I think that was circling around, last week.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, well, hold on a little bit. Like, if it's artistic, like even the most hardcore Christians back in the day of my grandma, if it was artistic, like it's a sculpture, and it's not pornographic, like the Little Mermaid is not having sex. It's not really the Little Mermaid. It's probably the adult mermaid because like she had like massive milkers. But she was like, you know how Ariel sits on that stone, and the wave comes crashing. It was pretty much like that, except that she was an adult female, right? And she had just chest exposed, like she didn't have genitalia or anything. And the way like people are freaking out, like makes me wonder if the entire nation is filled with homosexuals. Like there's no other explanation.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they're just, like, lagging behind because I thought that they've made some other goofy choices too over the years. But maybe they're just lagging behind and then this is, like, their dying breath of DEI and censorship, and maybe people now will see how goofy all this is and turn
I'm
it around.
I'm just curious, like, how does the censorship start, right? Because, like, if I walk on the street and I see a statue, let's say I see Apollo, right, from the Greeks' pantheon, and he's got, like, a massive cock, right? Like, he's muscular and everything, and Apollo is naked. He's got this massive cock. You know what I do? I just keep walking. Like, not for a second do I sit there and I start imagining the phallus and like, oh, this is obscene. Like, why do we get to see this?
You know, it's actually fun that you bring that up because I was just thinking about the statues from the Greek and Roman era, and, usually, people make little jokes like, "Ah, look at his, tiny pee-pee."
Yeah.
But it's like they never drew them obscenely or they never sculpted them obscenely. It was always flaccid, respectable, just the human anatomy, which I think that is something worth, it's a work of art, human anatomy. Why not capture it? There's nothing wrong with that.
I think like tits are treated differently because it arouses
Mhm.
straight men, and if it arouses straight men, it's bad.
Yeah, straight man bad for some reason, even though all the people espousing it wouldn't be here without a straight man.
Hmm.
Mm. The plot
Jesla,
thickens.
thank you for the 20 euros. Savvy is a very good guest. Looking up for the next hour. Jacob says, Savvy, congrats on the Japanese politician noticing you and stay awesome.
Oh, bless.
Druzel Tekken Games, blah blah box. Right, so, was there like anything else with Collective Shout that I've missed? Because the last time I checked, they were asking money for donations. So like they were making the rounds.
So they have been Melinda specifically, the dear leader. She has been excessively retweeting misandrists and an individual who told me to get off my knees, moron, for daring to ask the question of, hey, you're claiming to have so much support, but you're only showing this person. How come you're not showing these people who were blatantly misandrists who proudly hate men? There's some goofy stuff there. We got some more hypocrisy on the J.K. Rowling front with them, which has been fun. But
Wait,
in
wait,
terms
wait.
of
What
major,
happened with J.K. Rowling? I missed that.
oh, well, one of the people that Melinda retweeted claims to stand up with Collective Shout and supports them, and I went and saw that she's a fan of J.K. Rowling. So I actually shared. Do you know J.K. Rowling writes murder mystery books?
No, I did not.
Oh, so it's really great. She's taken into writing different genres, and in one of her books from, I think it was 2020 or 2021, there is the point of view from a male serial killer that she writes, and he enjoys dismembering women, and he pleasures himself to the feeling of dismembered breasts and hands and limbs.
J.K. Rowling is descriptive with that, right? Like she.
Oh, very. I posted examples of it that I could not read on YouTube.
I see.
Yes.
And Visa and Mastercard
I
enjoys that. Like that is something they get behind.
Oh, yeah. Visa and MasterCard. You can buy all of J.K. Rowling's works with Visa and MasterCard. #1 author in the world. Lots of people enjoying her content. Woman writing this.
I'll tell you what like they think about it, and by they I mean Collective Shout, right?
Mm-mm.
If it's a book, it's if you have it in a movie with real kids, they will love it. Like if you have like actual actors, like actual children, like in Cuties, you know, and you make a movie out of it, like Collective Shout will definitely get behind that. But if you have it like an anime, they will freak out.
Yep.
So that's how they operate, right? Like #1, is it with real actors, age appropriate? #2, is it an anime? And if it's an anime, they hate it.
Yeah, they have also actually gone after bookstores though before. That's on their website too. So
they did.
So they are. Yeah. They are actually consistent with that. They will absolutely go after.
This is what I'm saying. Like a book is already right? So like books are movies with real actors are yay, and anime is definitely a nay.
Yep. That's Collective Shout in a nutshell. I don't understand them at all.
Okay. So if J.K. Rowling writes that, is the killer handsome? Like he's gotta be handsome, right?
I actually think the killer is, well, so this dives into a deeper part of the book, but I think the killer is actually a cross-dresser who enjoys dressing as.
Oh my God! Oh, J.K. Rowling, no, J.K. no.
Which is, so, I mean, look, if you know anything about criminology, that is actually a common trope among serial killers.
What is she meaning by this?
Yeah, written during the peak of her her men don't belong in women's spaces arc. You know, some people definitely complained that there was that element, but what remains is the fact that the killer dismembered women in a gratuitous way. And Collective Shout would absolutely be against what was described in the book.
Hold on, I'm going to look this up. So J.K. Rowling murder mystery, like does she have like a picture of the main character? J.K. Rowling.
I have no idea. All I've seen is the words. That's it. I don't even know the title of the book. I just went and I made sure that the book exists, but I can't remember it off the top of my head. I just read the words and then that was it. And I was like, what the hell?
So what I found on Google is that J.K. Rowling, writing under the pseudonym Robert Galbraith. Oh, she's a man now. Is the author of the Cormoran Strike series detective novels, which include murder mysteries. The first novel of the series, The Cuckoo's Calling, revolves around the investigation of a supermodel's apparent suicide. The series featured the character Cormoran Strike, a private investigator, and his assistant Robian Ellicott. Of course he's handsome. Of course the killer is handsome. Like if this is... Alright, hold on. I'll show you the link to it, and then I'll show it to the chat. She chose like a manly name as well, like Robert Galbraith. You know what I want to do to J.K. Rowling? I wanna go in front of her and say, "You'll never be a man, Rowling. You'll never be a man. You'll never achieve nature's perfection."
You can use a man's name, but everyone knows that the writing is done by a woman.
Like, you can try to be one of them, JK, but they will never accept you. VTubers will never be allowed to play your video games. They will make sure of it.
Oh my god! You know what? I bet you, because so everybody knows her pen names, but I bet the only reason why Collective Shout doesn't know is because they don't put any higher thought into this. So they'd probably look at this and say, "Absolutely, a man wrote this. Look at the man glorifying dismembering women."
Maybe this is like a gig that she's doing, is to give feminist ammunition. It's like, look at the disgusting novels that men are writing. This is Robert Fallow. Who's this Robert?
I should plant it. Oh my god, I know what I'm doing later. I gotta use one of my
alts. Yeah, you should go to them. It's like, why do you never talk of Robert? Do you not know like the level of misogyny he's writing?
Oh my god, yes!
You never talk ill of Robert. Like, he's the most disgusting author that I have ever seen. You know, he's got this hatred for women unlike any other author. Ah, my god.
Oh my god, this is gonna be great! I'm writing this down.
Yeah, but do you think like this is why J.K. Rowling is using the name of a man in order to get the activists on her side? It's like, look, everyone, I like you. How you doing, fellow trans people?
I too am confused about what I am.
I mean, look, if I identify, I become, right? Isn't that how the poly potion works? So like. Yeah, no.
Oh, no.
I like, look, Rowling, if you're listening to this, nothing you can do will get the trains not to run on time. Like, you know what I'm saying, right? Okay. Yeah. All right, let's talk a little bit about Roblox. Now, this is fascinating. I first encountered Roblox by hearing that it got banned from Turkey.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this was a thing, so I'm going to read the article really fast. There's, on the website, on August the 7th, we learned, and this is from their official website, we learned that Roblox were banned in Turkey, and we're currently working with local authorities to resolve it. We are mindful that millions of people use our platform in Turkey every day, including a vibrant community of developers whose businesses are built on Roblox. We're committed to doing everything we can. We spent almost 20 years making Roblox one of the safest online platforms, right? So, like, out of all the platforms, not even in the UK under the online safety bill will we find so much safety as there is in Roblox. For our users, particularly the youngest, and ensuring the safety of our users is at the core of everything we do. Every day, tens of millions of people of all ages have a safe and positive experience on Roblox. Oh my fucking god, the level of gas, like how expensive is gas in Canada? Because, like, they must have spent a pretty penny in order to ride this. Roblox...
This is wild.
Yeah, they talk about their community standards policies that cover everything from profanity to advertising. We spend hundreds of millions of dollars each day in order to keep the platform safe. Imagine if this is true, right? You spend hundreds of millions of dollars, but the chobos still manage to find a way.
Wait. When was this written?
This was written on August the 7th.
So they actually have the audacity to write this now. I thought
No. Listen. August 7th last year.
Oh, okay. Last year.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah.
So I think that's shortly after. Yeah. So I went on Roblox with my friend. We were bored one evening and we were looking for something goofy to do, and I said, "Hey, have you ever heard of Roblox?" And I told her about the 16-year-old who made like $2 million somehow creating a world in Roblox. And I said, let's go check it out. Like, she brought it up before too, and she wanted to go on it, but I'm like, no, it's weird, it's a kid's game, whatever. And then I saw the money making stuff, right? So we go on there, and then we click on this one random server. It's supposed to be like a family role-playing server, right? Like a kid's dress-up thing. So we go in there. Every single person was a grown man. There were no children. The server was advertised for children.
If there were no children, there was no problem. Like how? Like think. How can you
Technically,
molest someone if there's no children, Savvy?
yeah,
Like think, Savvy.
exactly.
Think.
But it's like they were all waiting for a child
Oh,
to
they were
show
all
up.
waiting for a child.
They were waiting.
They were
That's
all
my
waiting for-
point.
Jesus Christ.
Like an unsuspecting little girl would then go into the server seeing my family dress up time and, you know, want to engage with the server, but then it's all grown men.
I wonder, like, do these people have communities? Like, do the child molesters have communities that they're like, okay, so I went to this place that was advertised for children and I got catfish so hard. Every single other person was another predator.
Dude, Discord has a big problem with that. But yeah. So it's very not okay. Roblox is very unsafe. I felt unsafe as a grown adult woman. So it's like, what the fuck? But the other side to this that I do want to spread is that politicians are highly invested.
Oh yeah, Nancy Pelosi, you showed me, right? So I'll show it to the chat. Nancy Pelosi brought stocks in Roblox, yes. And when Nancy Pelosi brings stocks, it's like her blessing, right?
Yes,
that's like the Pope.
That's when the Shadow Realm came, or that's when the Fire Nation attacked.
So apparently, right, like Nancy Pelosi looks at Roblox and sees great things in the future. She's saying that, they say that she invested and acquired 100,000 worth of shares. No, 10,000. That's $500,000.
Yeah, $500,000 to $1 million. There's no exact value in that article, I think, but they estimate it between $500,000 and $1 million. Now, that's just one article. That's not even taking into account further purchases, sells, when the sells happened, what the peak was for the stock, if the sell even happened, and then what other politicians have also done it. Because since then, I believe more have.
And when was this? This was in 2021. Look, she didn't know. She didn't know.
Well,
she knows a lot of things.
Right?
She knows a lot of things, but like this one escaped her. This one is like YouTubers haven't made the videos yet. You know, Twitter posts weren't filed. Did she know in 2021? Like, was Roblox under any scandal back then?
Hang on, I'm trying to find. Yes. So Roblox inflated key metrics for Wall Street and a pedophile hellscape. That's an article.
Pedophile hellscape. Jesus Christ.
Media nonprofit exposés from 2020 to July 2024. So they've been exposed since 2020. She bought stocks in 2021. This is not new information. We know that they have problems.
Well, to be fair, for her, like $500,000 is peanuts, right?
Yes.
That's like a tip to the waiter. And secondly, I don't think like she actually does the purchases. I think it's her staff.
Right.
Yeah.
But well, she's the one though who's also dealing with the companies, you know, saying, "Hey, if you make these changes, you'll be more compliant. We'll invest, blah blah blah."
Oh my god! Like you actually almost managed to copy her accent for a little bit.
Oh
like,
god, dear.
Changes. She talks like an older woman, like from a black and white movie, doesn't she?
Yeah. Yes. No, I've been watching some of her interviews lately again, just because I like to go to bed hearing the world's greatest investor.
How does she know though? Like, isn't it interesting? Like she always knows. Like she knows so well that there are companies that are literally calling it the Pelosi event, and they're just following what she does. You know, people don't know, but it's like, well, she invested in Roblox. What is Roblox? A pedophile hellscape, according to the media. But you know, if Nancy knows something, well, I guess I'll put my money there as well.
Oh, yeah. She also made one of the greatest trades off of NVIDIA. Everybody famously knows that Nancy Pelosi hits fat clips in Call of Duty. So she's all over the NVIDIA stock as well. But she made one of the greatest trades off of NVIDIA stock I think that's ever happened. At least personally.
Didn't her husband get hammered once after,
literally. Excellent choice of words.
Right. So, by the way, you reminded me of something, and I don't know if this is funny or not. Like, there's some things where you laugh because of the absurdity, not because of you're enjoying what's happening.
Yes, 100%.
Like, I need to mention this because like usually I get clipped and people think that I'm laughing because no, like this one is for the absurdity. So, There's a Japanese guy. He decided to dress up as a schoolgirl to combat molesters on train and ended up being molested himself.
Yeah, I saw that. That's real, isn't it?
Yes, like this is actually real, and people are putting the cry emoji on.
This is all right. This is gonna sound really bad, but I was like, that's one of my favorite mangas.
It's not a manga though, right? Like it's real life. So
he made it real.
He made it real, yes. So let me read it to the chat. And fucking hell, like there's something with the Asians, like when they're transitioning, like they're honestly passing. Like if you see this man in a train and he's an adult, it actually looks like it's a little lady, right? And so it says a Japanese cross-dresser who dressed up as a schoolgirl to protest against train molestation was harassed by a group of men while taking the train. The Twitter user Yui-chan, known by his followers as Yui, went viral in Japan last month for detailing how he was harassed on 14 in the first common test of university admission in Japan. He reported that men in Japan took advantage of the fact that female students did not have the time to report their harassers to the authorities while commuting on the train, and that would make them late for the exam. It is such a norm that led to the coining of the infamous term Unlimited Molestation Day. Dressed in a school uniform with a short skirt and a user, Yui, one man single-handedly taking on the molestation of exams, suggested that I am going now. And this is where Yui's adventure starts, right? Like, this is where it all begins. Because apparently, he describes that by evening, he was harassed by a group of men while he was on the train in the morning. They didn't touch me directly, but they hugged me from behind and got so close they could to my body when there were a lot of space on the train. They ended up cornering me in a spot and wouldn't let me out. The breathing of some guys on my neck was uncomfortable. I couldn't do anything because I thought that if I resisted, they might hurt me. It was the first time I took the morning train in uniform. I was naive. At the time of Yui's tweet has been viewed over 9 million times and gathered 66,000 likes. He said he wanted to take the train the next day, but he changed his mind because the experience he encountered was too traumatizing. Some netizens were not happy with Yui's method of activism, saying that his action merely gave harassers a successful experience.
Sorry. Did they really just victim blame him?
Yes.
Oh my god! The poor little femboy, what the fuck?
If you do something like this without anyone asking, take responsibility until the end, one person criticized. Even if you now understand what it's like, it's meaningless if you don't take action to resolve it. Dressing like a woman and getting on the train will only get abusers a successful experience, thus increasing the harm.
Oh my god, this is literally written just like a yaoi I've read.
What they are saying is that he is normalizing the situation.
How? How is he normalizing it?
Because he just sits there and takes it.
Oh my god! It's so terrible.
Like what they're saying is like, look, you need to bring a gun if you're going to do this.
Holy shit. I mean, that would solve a lot of problems.
It would. Like, unironically, it would, yes.
Like a woman just whips out a fucking AK from between her legs. Not today, motherfucker.
Japan is a crazy place. But don't they have like cards for women though?
They do. And they're used, and people are really good too about not taking the woman's train if they're a man, unless you're a tourist. I remember this happening a few months ago. Some jackassy American nuisance streamer decided, a man, to go into the woman's car. Like, what? Fuck off.
Well, I know in India they have like police at the station and they beat the living shit out of the men. Like no fine, no jail. They literally beat you. Like there
are men in this world who will absolutely take a couple of shanks to the kidney in exchange for getting to peg a woman on the train.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I don't know these things. And like the interesting part is that I actually trust you, right? Because like if a feminist from Collective Shout came on and started like telling me this, I would be like, well, there's a little bit of a conflict of interest, lady. You know, like you want me to believe, so I donate money to you. But when you're coming here and you're telling me that this is happening, I'm like, That's actually interesting.
I mean, by your own example, If the cops are just beating the Indian men and the Indian men are not learning their lesson,
Well,
clearly
no,
they're
because it's
willing
not
to
the
take a
same
beating.
man, Sami. It's not the same man.
Well, still.
And also, like, they're probably banking on the fact that maybe at the next station there's no cop. So
Yep.
like, if the cops don't do this consistently, it creates the adrenaline,
Yep.
right? Because that now it's like the risk taking. Now it's like the experience of riding the women's cart without getting caught. That's a fetish
Yeah.
for some people. It's a turn on.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, they're if anything, they're just making it like challenge mode. Like I remember back in my day, challenge mode used to be the FAP gauntlet on 4chan. Now it's about trying to pass for a woman and then getting to molest other women on a train in India and avoid the cops. Like GTA style too. Like you've got the wanted 4-star thing. And so you got to avoid the cops. That's what this makes me think of.
Well, the video that I saw, right? So like the police, like, how do they beat people? Um, they don't like physically tackle the person, right? Because like that causes problem. It's time consuming. It takes
Effort.
more officers, right? No, they have like these long sticks. It's like a massive, plank of wood. And I
Mhm.
assume it's painful, right? Because like when the people come out of the train, it's like they chain them and like whack, whack, whack. And there was like a guy coming out with a baby, and he's like, "Okay, you can pass." And then like the next one, like whack, whack, whack. I assume he was like with his wife or something, yeah. So that's in India. I don't know how it's like in Japan. I assume in Japan they either arrest you or give you a fine. Like you're not supposed to be on the ladies train, which is interesting because a lot of feminists, they look at that and they say, "Oh, see, this is evidence of misogyny because you have a women's train." And I'm like, well, like, what do you want, lady? Like, if they're trying to fix the problem, it's not good. If they have the problem, it's not good. Like, what is your solution?
Yeah, all
Well,
they do is complain. When I think genuinely this is a great fix
it
for
is.
that.
Yeah. No, because like a lot of the thing with like some Westerners is that they believe in equality and shit. Like I don't believe in equality at all. I think that a woman's
Mm-mm.
place is in the kitchen, but I also think that a woman needs to be protected, right? And so like I have a wife, I have a daughter. Like I don't want her to be molested in the public transport. I'm not with
Mhm,
there all the
mhm.
time. And so like if there's a solution, right? Like if the things go bad and there's like actual groping in the train, then yeah, I would like to be a cart for only women. Sure, why not?
Well, here's the other thing too that puts it into perspective. Every day in Japan, young girls are able to walk to and from school on their own. The society is not perfect. By example, we have, the separation of male and female carts there or co-ed and female, right? But you cannot do that in America anymore. If I had a child today, I would not allow them to walk to and from school on their own.
Well, did the Tara Kasperian become right wing? Like an event that fucked her so hard, she actually became right wing. Like apparently she was walking on the street, and there was like this homeless guy without a shirt coming towards her, and started like being disrespectful to her for no reason. And like, oh, I felt so unsafe. I felt so unsafe. And it's like, well, yeah, I mean your policies that you supported made you feel unsafe.
Mhm. Yep, I wish that every single one of those people could experience the things that they vote for, because that would be the fastest way to get them to stop voting for it.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, if it were for Ada, the thing is, like, it doesn't work for everybody, right? Because I'm
No, there are
seeing,
some who are crazy.
yeah, I'm seeing like my old friend Sargon of Akkad. I was watching the Archcast, and it was last week, and so he was actually discussing internet censorship, right? And like he was talking about the ban on porn, and he's like, no, that's based, and I'm like, motherfucker, like literally the reason that the government uses to
Oof.
justify further banning of you is by hijacking your grievance and getting their foot in the door. Like, do you hate online pornography so fucking much that you're willing to allow your child to grow into the 1984 utopia? Like, it just doesn't make any sense for me. Like, why are you advocating the tools that are used to fuck you in the ass?
The only thing too, like when I hear people who want to ban porn, the only thing that tells me is that either they have no self-control or they have no control over their house.
I mean,
Or It's like a deficiency in the brain because it's like, how is it that we can have a society where we have people like Elon Musk who manages to become the wealthiest in the world and propel us forward? How is it that we have functioning societies? Pornography is not inhibiting anything. All right. The porn has been around since the dawn of existing. We were born pornographic. All right. Our ancestors didn't have clothing, and then they still managed to figure out fire. Covering up the statues isn't going to change anything.
Well, I'm not unreasonable, okay? Like, I'm not an extremist. Like, I understand
Mhm.
that when you go on Steam, you don't want to see tits everywhere, right? Like, I don't want to see a massive cock and balls on the front page when I go on Steam. And so, like, there needs to
Mhm.
be a system where people who don't want to see it don't get to see it. And it's not just porn, it's also gore. Like, if I'm
We have
Googling
that.
something on YouTube, right, I don't want to see Mexican cartel execution videos everywhere.
And we have that.
And we
That's the
have
most
that,
frustrating
yes.
thing. The
Yes,
system is actually fine and working as intended. It's
exactly.
lazy parents
Yes.
who are mucking it up.
Like, not to mention, there is no software today without parental controls.
Yep.
Like, every
And
single device.
all of that in the West, I don't know about your country, but all of it in America is usually on by default for getting like if you open up a Steam account, right? All of that stuff is automatically filtered out. In Japan, like when you go on Pixiv, for example, that stuff is not automatically filtered out. If you make a Pixiv account in America and the location says America, automatically turned on. If you do the same thing with a Japanese account, Japanese VPN, and make a brand new account, it's automatically you have to set it yourself.
Well,
So
it's the
like
different
literally that
cultures,
stuff is
right?
on.
No,
Hmm?
it's the different cultures. Like, for instance,
Hmm.
in Japan, yeah, like, people are more permissive with sexual shit, but the violence and the gore is what triggers people. Like, it still exists in Japan, just like pornography exists in the United States. But, like, people are more sensitive to violence and gore. In the United States, it's the other way around. Like, violence and gore, you have like Rick and Morty, that's like filled with toilet
Yep.
humor and like gore everywhere. No one cares, right? The Walking Dead TV show, like, they do props to show you the brain of a zombie and
Hmm.
get
Hmm.
the right sound effects. No one cares. But the moment you have like a comedy romance, like any trope, any fan service, people freak out. So it's like it's different cultures, I suppose.
Oh, it wasn't even just commenting on the culture. It's just the fact that those parental controls are automatically put on.
Oh yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah,
more so what I'm commenting on.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
the
No,
cultural thing is a fascinating topic. Actually, I think that that's truly something worth like dedicating multiple hours to. But just in terms of the controls and the censoring, like all of that stuff is already on in America, and they could automatically be turned on for the UK and any other Western place that takes issue with it.
yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Uh,
Mhm.
I do think that the Online Safety Act it's a grift. Like, even the Guardian made an article
Mhm.
today. Valentes of all people basically said, yeah, no, the government is using the Online Safety Bill in order to censor people. Like,
Well, the
it's
one of them straight up said that, yes. He was pressured. There was the clip that went viral. I think you retweeted. I know I
mm-hmm.
definitely did. Of the journalist on the live TV pressing him, like, was monitoring adults doing adult things in adult spaces part of it because she brought up the protests being censored. Regardless how you feel about the protests, they should not be censored from the news, right?
Yeah,
And he said he just she said yes or no. Was this about censoring or monitoring adults? And he straight up says yes.
yeah. I mean, it's
Like that's
obvious,
it.
right?
Yeah.
Zlixian, thank you for the $2. 2015 Sargon base, 2025 Sargon dipshit. I actually like think I understand him. He's coming from a place of great spite. People don't
Mhm.
understand just how powerful spite is a motivator, especially in politics.
Mhm.
People who are censored, they stop giving a fuck, and it's like, well, if I suffer, everyone should suffer. If
Mhm.
my goat dies, then the neighbor goat should die as well. Like, this is an Eastern European saying, and Sargon doesn't realize that he's already living in Eastern Europe. He just doesn't know it yet. But yeah, no, like, this is something where when people realize, okay, I can't bring my goat back, like, it's dead. I want the neighbor's goat to die too, because they're like, suffering unites us, you know? Like, I can have something to discuss. And so he's been censored, he's been mistreated, and now he just doesn't give a fuck. Like, he wants his pain to be expanded on the rest of the world. That's how I view it.
Yeah, I think in a way a lot of people do want others to experience what they experience because only through that shared suffering can you come to an understanding, especially with a side that's basically proving to not want to discuss things otherwise. I think though like, not everybody who wants porn banned does it, maliciously with further intent. Like, I don't think his intent is to delete adult spaces.
Oh,
But,
I know why he does it, because he explained that he has no problem with chatbots or brothels or strip clubs. What triggers him
wait,
is the fact that
strip clubs are fine?
yes, yes, yes. Like, what triggers him is that it's so easy for a woman to become a millionaire by showing tits online. Like, it's very safe and easy for her to do it, and that upsets him.
That really?
Yes.
I
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, it's a coherent argument.
100%
Like,
because
it's not hypocrisy or anything, right? Like, he basically
No,
says,
no.
yeah, like, the gateway to entry is too low. I don't like that.
I like in a way I agree because the further discussion with that is that the money incentivizes the pornography as
Yeah.
opposed to following your passions and working hard in this world. And I've had conversations where I find it odd and strange that we live in a world where a woman spreading her butt cheeks will make more money than a surgeon who saves lives.
Well, yeah, this is how the conversation came to be. There's the story.
Yeah.
Woman leaves PhD in bioengineering in order to become an OnlyFans model.
Okay, so I remember when that first started circulating, people were claiming that that was AI and fake and that the chick doesn't actually exist.
It actually does look AI and fake. Yeah, now that I'm looking at the pictures. Hold on.
Yeah,
I'll show the chat.
like people claimed that she doesn't exist and that there's someone behind it, like either a guy or another chick.
I don't know. It does look a little bit AI-ish, right? When
The face, like even just the thumbnails between the two pictures. So this happened when AI was still struggling, but it's done on a local model. But so the placement of the face and that angle is very much so in tune with what a local model would spit out. And every picture is the same framing, which you just don't get in a person who's naturally doing it. I've messed around with it. I actually have a fake AI profile that I was testing how quickly you can gain followers on Instagram by doing it. But all of that looks very shoddy, and you can tell by the face shape, the consistency of the angles, and then actually the shadowing under the neck. All of that's very.
The finger as well is a little bit weird. Like, it's not impossible. But usually the AI, they mess fingers, and like the curvature of the finger, like she has two fingers holding the YouTube plaque, right? And the curvature of a finger is just really weird for me. I'm not saying it's impossible. It's just like,
what's more than likely is that it's an actual picture that's been stitched together, if that makes sense. Because like I've taken pictures of myself and then replaced the face. Not nude pictures before anybody thinks my nudes are out there. Just like normal pictures to test how, the limits of the software. Because I'm very interested in all that. I like that.
But yeah, you're a woman. Like, it's.
Yeah. Well, I like the idea of creating anonymous profiles.
Like when I was in university, right? Like, there were women dumb as a brick. And they didn't know anything about computers, but when I needed like video editing, they were like, "Oh, I can help you out." And I'm like, and like they would open the laptop and like all the shortcuts, click, 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 and I'm like, "How the fuck? What the fuck is this shit?" It's like she was possessed, And like other than that, she didn't know how to use a computer, and I was like, "How are you doing this?" Like Pixar fucking magic. But yeah,
you'd be surprised what some of these chicks know how to do.
But no, like, and they were like also really good at recognizing, this is done in Adobe. It's like, how do you know? But anyway, it does look AI. But like the idea, okay, so you have like a person that could have been a doctor or a surgeon, and they're doing OnlyFans, right? But like, isn't it the same with Sargon? Like, what did he do? He would talk in a microphone for 30 minutes, and he would make tens of thousands of pounds. I mean, if we're going, and people were criticizing him at the time for it. It's like, get a real job. Why don't you get a real job, right? Before he started his Lotus Eaters, I mean. Like, he was a YouTuber, right? And everyone looked down at that because it's like, well, you're making too much money for what you're doing.
What does he, like, what was his profession before? I don't know anything about him. I was on a show with him once because Arch and Lum Lum really wanted me to troll the crap out of him and disturb him. But other than, like, who he actually is as a human, I don't know that much. He
Did
was
you
pleasant
manage
to
to
talk
troll
to.
him? It's kind of hard to troll him because
I
he's
I
this.
mean, I think I made him a little bit uncomfortable, but, like, I was actually really engaged in the topics we were on, and Arch didn't set me up with anything, and, like, when I go on someone's show, I typically don't, like, I'm not trying to hijack it.
You're not being a chicken little shit.
No, exactly.
Yeah, no. He was a working class lad. Tried to make a video game. Didn't manage to work because the staff he was working with were difficult. But no,
Mm,
like he's a good guy. It's just that I understand where his ideology comes from.
mhm,
I don't want
mhm,
to replicate it. It is what it is. It's kind of sad though because I think like the British government fucked him up, right? Like
mhm.
he wasn't like that. He used to be like a edgy Redditor atheist from my generation, who liked tits and violence in video games and was against censorship and was like for freedom and liberty. And then the British government really did a number on him. And now he's, in my opinion, he's part of an ideology that's extremely spiteful. It's like, like I'm suffering, so everyone should suffer. And I saw this video that he made with a Canadian guy, which was very patriotic, and he was basically telling Donald Trump to fuck off. It's like, no, I love Canada and I love my country. And Sargon is like, oh, well, what freedom are you talking about? You don't have freedom. And it's like, yeah, like he has a point, doesn't have a freedom, but like, why would you pick on the patriotic guy? Like, why would you twist the knife in the guy that still has
Mm.
some hope left? In a place of darkness and despair, you go to the only light that you see there to snuff it out. It's just like kind of weird for me. But it is what it is. Like again, he's not a bad guy or anything, but ideologically, I think we're coming to an odds.
Yeah, and I don't know, I feel like this is, like, the most on same page people will be, because I feel like people will naturally just drift to more and more extremes. Because as politics get more and more extreme without a middle ground being understood, like, I just see things getting worse, ideologically and politically between people and groups of people.
By the way, Lou81, 821, for 20 pesos, says hi to you.
Hello.
If Trump did take over Canada, that bloke would be able to walk in the woods. Okay, like there is this obsession with the walking in the woods coming from Sargon in a nation where he couldn't sunbathe. Okay, right, let's talk about walking in the woods. This is what I think is happening. I think the government is aware that there are actual environmentalists that do go in the woods and set fire to shit. And they can't admit to that because if they do admit to that, it legitimizes the conspiracy theories and it fucks over their ESG grift. And so, in order to prevent people from going into the woods and setting out the forest fires, they decided to use the hammer. They decided to use the bizarre legislation of just preventing everyone from going to the woods. It's like Billy has gum in class. No one is allowed to chew gum. Like I'm trying to understand the mentality of the government behind this. Either that or there may be some illegal deforestation going on and they don't want people to see it. That's what my cynical Eastern European brain is telling me.
The super out there, conspiracist side of me hopes that it's aliens and they're trying to find a lost specimen.
Well, yeah. So for those of you who don't know, chat, they decided to tell Canadians, like the Canadian government is telling its people, that if they go in the woods, they have to pay ridiculous fines. I think it's like $200,000 or some shit.
Somebody got fined 23,000, I think.
23,000. That's still a
that I
lot,
saw.
right?
That's an insane amount of money.
Yeah, just for like going into the woods. And the problem is like you don't even know where the woods are. Cause like you think it's like it's Canada, right? Like they fucking shot Stargate there, and every single planet looks like some forest planet. Why? Cause like no matter where they would put the set, it was still Canadian, and it looked like a forest. They have forests everywhere, and so like if you travel on a car and you make a wrong turn, you can find yourself in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
And so like a lot of people generally don't know. It's like what the fuck is the woods? Like if I'm in the park, am I in the woods? Like where am I not allowed to go?
Yeah, I don't like the vagueness of it. How many trees constitutes a forest?
How many
Actually, I'm gonna
squirrels?
look that up.
How many squirrels? Like if you have woods without squirrels, is it a forest?
Oh, that's a good point too.
You need
A
squirrels.
forest is characterized by a high density of trees, and the complex interactions within the ecosystem, including soil, plants, and wildlife. So
Apparently,
my backyard.
the main problem that I see with authoritarian nations now, and this doesn't exist in China, didn't exist in the Soviet Union, and I don't think it existed in Nazi Germany either. They make the laws so fucking vague, and I think they make them vague on purpose.
Yes. 100. Yes.
Like,
Vague laws are a huge problem.
yeah, like at least in the Soviet Union, when it came to political correctness, you had like this book, like you had the criminal code, which was the one with raping, murdering, and blah blah blah, right?
Mhm.
But you also have like ideological crimes. The French Revolution called it counter-revolutionary crimes. And like they would actually tell you like this is what you're not allowed to say, this is what you're not allowed to think in public. Da 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 da. And like nations now don't do it like that. Now nations are pretty much like in the UK, like content that is harmful but legal. And it's like, well, what the fuck is that? You know,
Well,
legal
even
but legal.
hate speech. You could argue that any hate speech law that is vague because anything could be considered hateful. Even if you say I like butterflies, there is someone in this world who would deem that as hateful.
It is true, right? But and so it's not only that; it's also built around the context and the culture. Like what used to be hateful in 2020 is okay to say now. For instance, if you talked
Mhm.
shit about Islam in 2018, you'd get canceled. Now, the president of France, Emmanuel Macron, was talking about how Islamo-leftism is tearing apart the French Republic, and he had the speech that if I was to put it on my YouTube channel back in the day, I would have gotten a community guidelines strike.
Wait, is Islamo leftism?
Yeah. Yeah, like academics from like left-wing academics in France were supporting Islamic ideology,
Okay, I
and he
understand.
is
I thought they were
basically saying that
okay.
Islamo-leftism is tearing the republic apart.
Yes.
And it's like, okay, if I was to say that, that would be hateful. Ahmed, the dead terrorist, right? Like that was an extremely popular comedy skit. But if you were to have it on your YouTube channel, well, that was okay because it was grandfathered in. But like if you were to make a new comedy skit based like that, you'd have gotten the platform.
Oh yeah, that's very true. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, it's like the thing with vagueness. I also got into trouble with that. I had the video taken down because I made fun of non-binary, asexual people, right? Asexuality. And I was like, that's not a thing. Like if you're asexual, that's not a thing. That's like something where you need to go to a doctor and get yourself checked out because maybe your testicles aren't working. Like you may legitimately have something that's treatable.
Yes.
And I
100%.
framed it in a more vulgar way. Like I went edgy with that. And when I said it, it was fine, right? But then the LGBTQ activists, they included the asexuals under the LGBTQ umbrella, and they flagged the video that I made from 2018 because saying something that at 2018 was fine, now it wasn't.
That's so. But now today you could remake that video and it's fine again.
Yeah, now you can make the video. But it's like many things, right? Like misgendering and stuff like that. Like misgendering was fine for a while and then it wasn't, and then it was fine again.
Well, and now it's come back with a vengeance because now it's not just oh, the misgendering is fine and we understand. Now it's like people will straight up say, "No, here's all the scientific reasons why this and this." You could not do that even 2 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, like you would
And like
get
people
straight up
rally.
banned, yeah.
Yeah. Like people are rallying together over it. I was actually like the sad story of the trans individual who jumped in front of the train over being misgendered, and that one furry trying to use that as weaponized empathy ended up deleting his account because he was getting dragged for weaponizing this person's suicide. And I'm like, thank God, because these people don't care about each other while they're alive. Otherwise, they wouldn't be committing suicide because I'm sorry, if you take your life over being misgendered, you have a lot more problems than that.
Well, yeah, there were memes as well. It's like, accept my delusions or else I harm myself. And it's like, well, that's not
Yeah.
really an argument, is it? I
Yeah,
mean,
people are over it. That extreme language is tiring.
Well, I mean, J.K. Rowling was accused of trans genocide, and you're like, what the fuck? Like, what is that? And then you read, it's like, oh, so because she doesn't donate money to shelters that accept trans women, and she's only donating money to women's shelters, it's like, oh, so that's a genocide. Wow,
Yeah.
well, is that what Hitler was doing? You know, like, it seems to me like to not have, like, the gravitas and the severity of what would be worthy of labeling as a genocide.
This is going to be a little bit of an odd take to make, but by these people excessively using comparisons to Hitler, like calling J.K. Rowling Hitler for not giving money to a transgender accepting women's shelter.
Oh, I know the answer.
Like, yeah. So by equating that to being Hitler, they have unironically created a situation today where people who may not know history are like, maybe Hitler wasn't so bad. They've created that environment.
I know the answer to it. First of all, the idea of Hitler wasn't so bad. Usually after 100 years of an event, you end up with a situation where not even the children of the people that survived the event exist, right? And so you will end up where people talk about Hitler the same way they talk about Genghis Khan.
Yeah.
Right. Well, with Hitler, it's a little bit different because there's a lot of interest groups right now that try to keep it alive. Like, there's money pumped into trying to keep the whole thing alive. It's kind of like the foundational mythos of the West. World War II is, I mean. But anyway, right. Why do they do that? Why do they compare everything with Hitler? Most of these people, the left, right now in 2025, are atheists. Like, they're not religious, right? They're not Christians.
Right,
they're not,
right.
okay. And so if you're not religious, like, the definition of good and evil becomes very blurry. In fact, most of them are postmodernists, and they don't accept the definition of good and evil. Like, they will say that, okay, what's evil for you might be good for another, or can you define good and evil? And the answer is you can't. But the problem is, like, they still need the concept of good and evil. They still need the concept of, like, accusing that something is bad and shouldn't be done. And so they use fascism to replace the concept of evil.
And Hitler, yeah.
And Hitler, yeah, like, Hitler comes from fascism, even though, like, they're different ideologies. Like, Benito Mussolini said that nationalism has no time for the delusion of race. Right? So, like, Hitler's entire ideology is built around racism, while fascist Mussolini is built around purely nationalism. But anyway, right, like, that's a distinction. The interesting part is that, yes, like, when they say something is fascist, they actually say something is bad. And the good thing with fascism for them is that most people associate fascism with literally what's happening in the UK right now. Like, you want to go protest, you risk getting arrested. You want to have free speech, you say something online, you risk getting arrested. Everything is being censored. Everything has to pass through a censor office, which is Ofcom, right? Like that is what people think of fascism usually. But what they think of fascism is just, like, things that go against their ideology. And so when they say this is fascist, like, most people think, oh, this is like the UK. Well, I don't want to end up like in the UK. Holy shit. Like, I don't want that. And so, like, they will fight against the people that are promoting that. And the people that are being labeled as such are being labeled by the left. In other words, like, the definition that they use is something different than the common people use.
Yeah, well, of course, because that's why the left can't meme, because everything that they do and say requires an exhaustive explanation to make sure nobody interprets it wrong.
Oh, their memes are like Soviet propaganda.
Yes, 100%, yeah.
Yeah, they're not there to, like when you see what is it, Stone Toss meme, right? Like, that meme is like, has a joke, it's punchy, everyone sees it, everyone gets it. When the left makes a meme, it's kind of like, you know, the Soviet type of meme. It's like, be ever vigilant, citizen. Fascism around every corner, you know?
Yeah, very, very empowering.
Don't let your kids be on Roblox. Roblox CEO tells parents before comparing himself to Walt Disney and declaring the platform the future of communication. Roblox co-founder and CEO Dave Baszucki has said that parents worried that their kids using Roblox have a fairly simple option. My message would be, if you're not comfortable, fuck off. Baszucki went to say that the sound of little counterintuitive, but I would always trust parents to make their own decisions. It's so nice He trusts us to think about their kids once in a while. Vazuski says a bit of a get out. It's much easier said than done, especially when all their friends are playing.
What the fuck? These people are crazy.
Roblox is one of the most popular platforms in the world. 79.5 million daily active users and a long-term goal, I kid you not, of making that 1 billion daily active users. Roblox Corporation is now worth 41 billion and is championed by the blessings of Nancy Pelosi. It bleeds into the real world in all sorts of ways, such as where the BBC used it last year to explain the UK's general election to children. Nevertheless, the platform remains dogged by accusations it doesn't do enough to protect kids. The horrifying case of a pedophile who abducted a 15-year-old girl after meeting her on Roblox is one of many, with data reported by Bloomberg showing the US police have arrested 2,000 people since 2018. Accused
See, there it is. That's what I was looking for. That's what I was freaking looking for when I brought up Nancy Pelosi in 2021 investing. Those stories are aplenty prior to her investing.
But isn't this a good thing, though? Because, like, police knows where to find them.
They're on Roblox, yeah.
They're on Roblox, right? There was, like, another thing, Craigslist. Like, Craigslist actually had a problem with prostitution. And once they shut down Craigslist, like, a lot of police officers went on record saying that they're pissed off that it makes their work a lot harder now.
Yes. Yeah.
Then there are the accusation it exploits young users and have effectively built an empire on the back of child labor. Okay, this is Turkey's argument. I think they're in the mental asylum. Like, no. An empire. Okay, so, like, if a kid plays Legos, right, and then decides to monetize his shit, I, as a parent, I'm like, you know what? That's fine. That's fine.
So,
yeah, your kid makes a Lego castle and then he becomes a millionaire. Would you say that is built on the back of your child's labor?
So this is actually a deeper discussion about user-generated content. And there is a mild argument that if a platform grows because somebody who is unpaid creates an environment or an instance that goes viral, right? Then yeah, that there is a discussion to be had there. But Roblox solved that by offering a way to make money because you have 16-year-olds who can make $1 million doing what I just described.
Yeah, no, like, I get, you know, like, child labor when it comes to working in the factory, in the mines, you know, like,
Definitely
doing actual, physically straight work or being forced to do it. But, like, okay, he's playing a video game with Legos, right? Like, he's having fun. That's not work. And then, like, someone is willing to pay for the Lego shit. Like okay, if your kid doodles some drawings that you put on the fridge, and by some miracle he managed to doodle a Picasso or some shit, and people are willing to pay money for it, is that child labor? I mean, it's child labor in the definition of the word, but it's not like why people criminalize the concept, right?
Yep.
I don't know. Like, I think, again, like, this is the argument Turkey makes. No other nation makes this argument.
Yeah, I think it's crazy.
I think, like, it's batshit insane. But, like, okay, whatever, you know? Or if you have, like, a teenager, a 16-year-old, making a Twitch account, and he's streaming on Twitch, and he's making money, right? He's playing video games, and people donate him super chats and shit. Is that child labor? I mean, like, technically, yes, but that's not why the spirit of the law was passed, right? Like, that's not something that should be encompassed under the concept, unless, like, his parents force him to do it.
Exactly.
Like, his parents, like, son, you're going to start streaming now, and don't be a Hassan Piker either. I don't want to see, like, your fucking empty microphone while the React video is playing, son. I want you to sit the fuck down, and I want you to react properly to the content.
Look at the cat video!
When are you getting that Pipkin Pippa collab, son? When are you going to...
You only had 3 viewers today. Pip is never gonna know it's out.
I don't care if she doesn't stream with guys. You're going to make that collab happen. Use a female voice changer if needed. And ooh, avatar.
We're gonna get you a VTuber. Here you go. You're now Kiki, the kawaii cobalt bat. But Dad, I want to go play football. You're kinky now.
It would be actually funny, you know, like the kid actually wants to go outside, but the parent is like, no, you're streaming.
You know that exists. I'm sorry. You know that exists.
I mean,
somewhere.
probably, yes. I would not be surprised if out of like 7 billion people, a case like that does exist.
Terrible.
Anyway, right, this is actually a good note to end it on. Thank you for being here.
Of course.
Chat, I want to have her on every Wednesday if you guys have her. And we'll keep in touch.
Yeah.
All right.